Dear soul, today the angels asked me to come to you with a message that needs to be felt with the heart. There's someone you feel. It's not imagination, it's not exaggeration, and much less a lack. It's real. This person is more present than you think, even without speaking, even without approaching. They watch you, and what's about to happen can turn your emotional life upside down, but in a way that will free you from old pains and rekindle faith in something that seemed impossible. The truth being told at the right time. This person has been carrying feelings for a long time, but they're afraid. And maybe you are too, afraid of reliving disappointments, of opening up again and being left, afraid of seeming weak, for still feeling, for still hoping. But the angels ask me to tell you, it's not weakness, it's the most beautiful strength you have. It's love. Have you noticed that certain glances last a little longer than normal? That certain coincidences happen when you think about them? That, even in silence, the presence of this person is felt in an almost spiritual way. Well, the angels are saying that it's not imagination. This person never stopped thinking about you. But they chose distance as a form of protection, not just for themselves, but for you too. However, this is about to change. And the reason? Something inside them is beginning to crumble. This distance is no longer comfortable. Watching you from afar is becoming painful. Every little piece of information, every photo, every memory that comes up without warning is activating a breaking point within this person. What was once containment is now becoming anguish. And behind this anguish comes something even stronger, the desire to speak the truth that has been stuck in time. But why hasn't this person come to you yet? The answer is more delicate than it seems. They're afraid it's too late, afraid that you no longer want to hear, that you've moved on, afraid that you've become someone who looks at them with indifference. But the angels say, deep down, this person still has faith that there's a gap to be heard, and they're willing to try. And here comes something very special. The angels showed me that you, indeed, have felt this presence more intensely in recent days. Maybe you woke up thinking about them without understanding why. Maybe you had a dream, or heard a song that made you remember a forgotten detail. These are not random coincidences. They are subtle touches from the universe, announcing that someone is preparing to break the silence. But before continuing the message, write this mantra in the comments. The universe is conspiring in my favor. I am ready to receive the truth. With peace. Now, continuing the message, you may wonder, but why now, after everything? Why didn't this person come before? And the answer the angels gave me is clear. This person needed to lose you, even if only emotionally, to understand how irreplaceable you are. Sometimes, only in absence does the heart align with the truth. Only when the silence screams do we realize how much the presence was missed. They didn't forget you. They remember details that you've even forgotten. A phrase you said without intention, a smile that calmed, a way of looking that made everything stop inside. They remember because their love marked them, even if they never had the courage to admit it, not to you, not to themselves. And the most curious thing, this person has defended you in silence, in subtle conversations with friends, in loose memories that come up when they hear your name, or cross someone similar to you on the street. They speak with affection, with respect, with a certain regret that still weighs, because they know they hurt you. Even without words, they feel they failed you, not only by staying away, but by not having the courage to fight. But now, their heart is being pressed by their own angels. Yes, that's right. The universe is creating circumstances that are pushing this person towards the truth. Everything they are going through, the restlessness, the intensified feelings, the insistent memories, is part of a larger spiritual process, a process that has as its destination a conversation that needs to happen. Perhaps this conversation won't happen as you imagine. It may not be a romantic declaration from a movie. It may come with stuttering, with long pauses, with tears in the eyes. But the angels say, It will be true, and that will be enough to heal what was left unresolved. This person wants to speak. They want to explain. They want in some way to be seen by you again, not with resentment, but with compassion. And who knows, with a new perspective. But beware, this does not mean that you should wait with your arms crossed. The angels are preparing you not only to receive this truth, but to know what to do with it. You will realize that when the truth comes, you will be stronger. You are no longer the same woman as before. And perhaps the most beautiful thing of all is this: the reunion will not be between the same version of yourselves, but between souls transformed by absence, by longing, and above all, by time. You deserve to hear the truth. You deserve to be sought after. And the angels are saying that this moment is closer than you imagine. Dear soul, the angels insist on reminding you today, there is something much bigger happening than just an unconfessed longing. That person who watches you from afar is not just silent by chance. They are trapped in a web of feelings, unfinished decisions, and deep regrets that have a name, date, and scar. And the truth is, this person has never truly emotionally distanced themselves from you. The reason is simple, but devastating for those who feel it. You were the only one who touched a point that she herself hid from. When you were closest, you saw parts of this person that not even she had the courage to look at. You saw their vulnerability, their doubts, their hesitations, and that at first scared you. But then it turned into love. A love that this person still tries to deny, but that the angels have already confirmed it is true. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments. 2. I accept the reapproachment with peace and prepare my heart for what is to come. The angels see you, and more than that, they are opening the paths for something that will surprise you. Now, continuing the message. This person lives today as if they carry a secret. They try to go on with their routine, try to appear whole, try to even smile, but the angels show me the exact image. It's as if each of their smiles had a weight inside, a specific emptiness, shaped in the format of your name. They feel your absence not only for what they lived, but for what they left, unlived. For the time that passed without telling you everything they needed, for the hugs that were saved, for the avoided conversations, for the words that died in the throat. But the angels reveal an important detail that perhaps you still don't know. This person protects you in secret. Even from afar, even without direct contact, they try to take care of you in the way they can. They observe if you are well, try to find out discreetly about your life, sometimes even pray for you without you knowing. And why don't they approach you once and for all? Out of fear. Fear of not being welcome anymore. Fear of finding a closed art. Fear of having lost too much time. But there is a plan unfolding. The angels are shortening this distance. They are creating small encounters, energy crossings, so that this approximation happens naturally. And you will feel it. You will feel when the energy changes, when an unexpected message arrives, when life puts you face to face with what you thought you had left behind. And in that moment, something inside you will calm down. It will be like hearing a familiar noise after a long time in silence, because deep down, your heart was already waiting for this conversation. But I want to tell you something you might not have considered. That person was afraid to truly love you, because the love they felt for you wasn't small or shallow, it was soul love. And that's scary. They were afraid of not being good enough, of failing you, of not being able to offer what you needed, so they ran away, or hid behind excuses. But running didn't erase the feeling, it just pushed it deeper. And now, that person is going through a very intense internal process. They're being confronted with everything they tried to avoid. Situations are arising in their life that make you constantly come to mind. The angels show me that they're starting to understand that it's no use pretending you don't matter anymore, Now the angels ask something of you. Yes, you. They ask that you prepare emotionally, because when that person seeks you out, they won't come with ready answers. They'll come broken, confused, and trying to understand their own feelings. And you, more than ever, need to be firm in who you've become during this time. Not because you're going to solve everything for them, but because your light will be the compass for this approach. You're not the same anymore. And that's wonderful. You've learned to respect yourself, learned that love needs to come with truth, not empty promises. And this version of you, stronger, more aware, will be essential for this reunion to happen smoothly. You don't need to be afraid. The angels are preparing everything carefully. And before I forget, this message reached you at the right moment, because this approach is very close to happening, and more than that, this person will say things you've waited to hear for a long time. But be careful. The angels ask that you don't respond with anxiety, but with presence. Listen, feel, and then decide. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to be whole when the truth arrives. Oh, and if this message truly touched your heart, dear soul, the angels ask for a gesture of love. If possible, click the Worth It button below. This helps us continue bringing these messages that warm so many hearts like yours. And if you know someone who's going through something similar, send them this message. Don't keep the light just for yourself. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 4. Write in the comments, I receive the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 4, and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love so much. And if this message resonated with your soul, don't let it pass. Dear soul, we've reached the point where silence no longer serves as protection, neither for them nor for you. The angels show me clearly. That person who watches you from a distance is about to break their own pride, overcome their own fears, and finally tell the truth. And that truth, although it took a while, comes with a weight of sincerity that can heal old wounds, including those you tried to forget, but that continue to pulse within you. You've already felt this approach before it even happens. The signs are everywhere. A memory that surfaces out of nowhere, that person's name in a random conversation, a feeling in your chest without reason. No, you're not imagining things. The angels are bringing you closer gently because there's something that needs to be said, something that's never been said before. That person can no longer pretend that you don't matter, and the strongest of all, they feel ashamed of not having said it before. They're afraid of your reaction, afraid of what you'll think. But now, more than fear, speaks louder the need to be true to you and to themselves. And that changes everything. For a long time, that person thought the best path was distance. They believed that if they stayed away, you would forget. That if they ignored what they felt, everything would resolve itself. But none of that worked. Because you're not forgettable. Because what happened between you two was not common. And even with time, with other experiences, with other people, it was you who stayed. Today, she feels she knows you better now than when you were close. And do you know why? Because she started observing you in silence and only from a distance. Could she see how essential you were? Not just for the affection you offered, but for the way you made everything around you seem lighter, more possible. You marked this person's soul. She doesn't know how or exactly when. She just knows it happened. And since then, she carries this truth in her chest as one who guards a precious secret and painful at the same time. But what the angels ask me to tell you now is even stronger. This person will seek you out. And it won't be on impulse, it will be because she finally understood that only with you can she be herself, without having to hide weaknesses, without having to appear strong all the time. But before continuing the message, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, take this moment to subscribe. This simple gesture helps us continue creating meaningful content, touching lives like yours with deep and true messages. Now, continuing the message, you became a reference of love in this person's life. Even though she moved away, even though she chose the path of silence, she carries your presence as a fixed point in her heart. She compares you, even without wanting to, and the truth is, no one has been able to fill the space you occupied. But I want to tell you something that may still hurt to hear, but that will free your heart. This person thought you were too good for her. She felt small before your dedication, your affection, your truth. And instead of growing with you, she ran away. Yes, she ran away, because the fear of not being up to it was greater than the desire to try. But now what hurts her is regret. Regret for having had the chance and not having taken it. Regret for having seen you with an open heart and having let go. The angels say that this pain is deep, but it is this pain that is awakening in her a new courage. She is rebuilding herself from within. And with each layer that breaks, with each pride that falls, she gets closer to the truth she needs to deliver to you. But you need to be prepared. Not everything that will be said will come with nice words. It may come with pauses, with tears, with imperfect apologies, but it will come with soul. It will come with true regret, and with a real desire to repair what was broken. You may wonder, do I still want to hear all this? Is it worth reopening that space? And the answer, dear soul, is not with me. It's with you. But the angels ask you to listen calmly. Don't decide with resentment, but with a clean heart. Because this conversation will not only be a reconnection between the two of you, it will be a healing for both. And even if this conversation does not lead to a loving return, it will bring closure. And that alone is liberating. The angels are preparing the scenario. You don't have to force anything. What is true arrives at the right time. And the moment is very close. You will feel it. And when you feel it, you will know that the truth is coming. Dear soul, the angels ask for one more thing. Share this message with someone special, someone who is going through a moment of doubt, waiting, or a heavy heart. Let's spread this light together to those who need it most. Dear soul, today the angels sat by your side, in silence, without haste. They observe what is inside you, not what is visible, but what you have hidden so deep that you don't even know exactly how to get it out. They are memories, wounds, words that hurt, looks that hurt more than if they had been screams. It is here, in this intimate space, that healing will begin. Here's the translation. Why angels want to talk to you about something powerful. Forgiveness. That person watching you from afar is going through an emotional whirlwind. They can no longer pretend that what they feel doesn't exist. They're tired of lying to others, and most importantly to themselves. But there's a barrier preventing them from taking the next step. Guilt. They know what caused it, and this awareness prevents them from approaching lightly. They're afraid of not deserving a second chance. And this fear grows every day because deep down they believe that you still hold grudges. And in a way you do. And that's okay. The angels told me they're not bad for feeling pain. They're human. And that's what you are. A soul that loved and didn't receive everything it gave. That offered presence and received silence. That opened its heart and was left in doubt. The wound that remained inside, even though you've learned to live with it, is still alive. And today, the angels want to take care of that wound with you. Because when that person comes, and they will come, you need to be light. Not for them, but for you. So that your response doesn't come from resentment, nor from lack, but from self-love. And to do that, you need to forgive. Not forgetting, not pretending it didn't happen. It's stopping carrying a weight that is no longer yours. It's letting go. Do you have any idea how much energy this pain is holding inside you? This pain that you pushed down, that you tried to muffle with occupations, with strength, with the famous, "I'm fine." But the angels see. And they know that you still feel, and they tell you now you can release this, today, here, with us. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Think of that person. Think of every moment that still hurts. Now, write. In the comments, if you feel it in your heart, I forgive you and release you. May peace be with you. Write a list of people, including yourself, that you'd like to forgive. Visualize each one of them. Feel their energy leaving your chest and returning to the light. Send love. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. Now, continuing the message, the angels show that this person also needs to forgive themselves. They blame themselves. They hurt themselves. They don't sleep peacefully. They relive situations and think, why did I do that? Why did I say that? They see you everywhere they could have chosen differently. But regret alone is not enough. They need to know that they can still be received with maturity, with truth, with the eyes of a woman who no longer expects perfection but demands respect. And that's why this liberation needs to start with you. Because by forgiving, you release the other person to be true to you. You remove fear from the environment. You create a safe space where healing can happen. Forgiving doesn't mean you'll be hurt again. It means you refuse to be hurt every day by the memory of what happened. The angels tell you you are stronger now, and you're ready to love without pain, to listen without weight, to decide without anger. But this is only possible with forgiveness. You can say, but I'm not ready, and that's okay. Even so, begin. Speak out loud even if your voice trembles. Write even if your heart resists. Cry if you need to. But begin. Forgiving is the greatest act of love you can do for yourself. And paradoxically, it's also the greatest gift you can give to those who hurt you. Even if that person never says, I forgive you, you can say, I release you from this, not for you, but for me. And in that moment, something inside you will begin to change. You'll realize that the weight is gone, that the gaze is shining again, that anxiety has lost strength, that you sleep better, that the past is where it should be, behind. The angels are with you in this process. They envelop you now with a hug of light. They tell you you're ready to be light again. And being light doesn't mean being fragile. It means being available for the new, for the re-encounter, for conversation, for truth. And yes, that truth is coming. When this person arrives, they will feel something different in you. They will notice that you are no longer the same, that you have healed, and this will give them the courage to take off the mask, to open their chest, to confess. They don't need you to accept everything, but they need to believe that you are capable of listening without judgment. And this strength comes from forgiveness. So, accept the call. Take that step, even if it's with small steps. Forgiveness is a bridge, and you are crossing it now. Dear soul, the angels ask that you share this message with two people who need to free their heart. Let's build together a chain of healing, lightness, liberation. Dear soul, you have come this far because you have a heart that resists, that insists, that feels. The angels have asked me to tell you this connection between you and this person is not common. What you both lived, and even what you left unlived, was a turning point in both of your lives. And now, what is happening behind the scenes in her life will leave you with your heart racing. This person has not been able to forget you. But it's not just that. She has not been able to replace you. And to be even clearer, she has not been able to truly move forward. Other people may have come into her life, but none have stayed. None have been able to fill the space you left. Do you know why? Because the love she experienced with you was the closest she has come to the truth. And the truth cannot be replaced. The truth cannot be erased. The truth echoes. Even if she has tried to ignore it, she feels it. Even if she has acted coldly, she feels it. Even if she has chosen silence, she feels it. And what the angels reveal now is profound. She is going through a spiritual awakening process. Something within her is beginning to break. Layers that were asleep, hardened, are beginning to open. It's as if, suddenly, the universe had decided that it's time. Time to stop running. Time to face the truth. Time to approach. Dear soul, that's why in recent days you have been feeling things that you can't explain. That's why her name appears in random thoughts, in dreams, in coincidences. The universe is aligning everything, not by chance, but because this connection has a much larger role than it seems. She came to transform, to teach, to heal, and perhaps to continue. This person is beginning to understand that the feeling she has for you is different from everything she has ever felt. She thought it was just attraction or just admiration. But the angels say she is indeed in love, and more than that, spiritually involved. And maybe you are wondering, why did the universe put me in such an intense connection with someone who left me? Why is this story still here, affecting me, if I tried so hard to move on? And here is a truth that may bring you relief. Because this story did not end. It just took a pause, and this pause served for the maturation of both of you. You needed to learn to love yourself more. She needed to understand what true love is. And the angels waited for the right moment to align the paths again. But beware. This re-encounter will not be a fairy tale. It will be true. And what is true often comes with tears, with courage, with decisions. The approaching that is about to happen will require you both to leave masks behind. She will need to be sincere. You will need to be whole. The angels have shown me that in the coming days you will receive a clear sign, something you won't be able to ignore. It may be a message, a revealing dream, a synchronicity so direct that it will be impossible not to notice. And when this happens, your heart will know it's now, and it's at that moment that you will need to be firm. Firm not to confront, but to welcome the truth and decide with love for you. The angels ask you to remember you are the one driving this story now. You are no longer that woman who waited for messages that never came. Now you are the one who, if you want, can open the doors again. Or you can just listen, thank, and move on in peace. But whatever your choice, the energy of this reunion will be healing. There is no more room for pride, no more time for games. This person comes with their heart in hand, and comes because they realize that without you, nothing else made sense. You were her peace in a moment of chaos. You were her truth amidst the doubts, and she never thanked you for that. But the angels say that this gratitude is coming, in words, in tears, in gestures. In some way, you will be recognized. And when that happens, something in you will calm down. That question that had been hammering for so long, why didn't it work out, will finally be answered. And the answer won't come in exact phrases, but in sensations. You will feel it in their gaze, in the tone of their voice, in their sincere regret. And in that instant, all the weight will be lifted. But the angels ask me now a favor. Share this message with those you love, with those who need to hear about reconciliation, forgiveness, and truth. With those who believe that everything can change, even when it seems lost. You can be the bridge between this person and the light they need. And if this message resonated with your heart, write in the comments. I accept the truth that the universe is delivering to me. Dear soul, we are approaching an energetic turning point. Your love life is about to change, and the angels ask that you remain open but firm, light but centered, and above all, faithful to yourself. Dear soul, the angels want you to know something that perhaps has never been said before, but that needs to be heard now with all your heart. Your presence transformed this person. Even when you thought you had no importance, even when they walked away without explanations, even when everything seemed lost, your energy remained, and it remained in such a deep way that even from a distance, you continued to be a beacon in their life. This person who watches you in silence is going through a metamorphosis. They are no longer the same as when they walked away. And a big part of that happened because of your absence. Yes, your absence taught them what your presence offered. You didn't scream, you didn't beg, you just left in peace, and that destabilized them. Because you left with dignity. You withdrew, but left light. And now that light is illuminating parts of their soul that were asleep. Dear soul, what the angels reveal now is exciting. You inspired this person to become better, and this transformation is happening every day. They see themselves questioning attitudes that they used to consider normal. They catch themselves thinking about how it would have been to do things differently with you. They compare their love with everything that came after, and nothing comes close. You were the only person who saw them deeply, who not only loved what they showed but also accepted what they hid, and that acceptance scared them. That's why they ran away. It wasn't for lack of love. It was because they didn't know what to do with so much acceptance. But now, this person is more aware. They are being pushed by the universe to step out of their comfort zone. The angels are removing all distractions from their path. Everything that served as an excuse, everything they used to keep themselves distant, is falling apart because the time for truth has come. And the truth is, they need you to continue this process of transformation. You are the key that opens doors within them. Doors that lead to places of courage, vulnerability, truth. They want to redeem themselves, but above all, they want you to see who they are becoming. Here's something the angels ask you to understand with wisdom. That person won't come perfect. They will come human, with baggage, with mistakes, with insecurities, but they will come with truth, and with a sincere willingness to start anew. So, dear soul, the angels ask you, share this message with two loved ones who need faith, hope, or reconciliation. Let's together spread this chain of light, healing, and sincere new beginnings. And leave a comment, with much love, a prayer for your guardian angel. He is listening to you right now. He has worked silently for everything, to manifest at the right time. Now, continuing, you may wonder, but is it still worth it? And the answer is not in the past. It's in the energy of the present. The energy being created now is different. It's more mature, clearer, more prepared to sustain something true. The angels are saying this story can have a new beginning. But only if it's based on truth, on surrender, on the conscious decision to love without masks. And yes, that person is preparing for it. Maybe they still don't know how to speak. Maybe they rehearse the words 1,000 times, but the impulse is already in their chest. And one day they will yield. They will break the silence. They will cross the barrier they themselves built. And you need to be ready, ready to listen, ready to feel, and ready to decide with self-love, wisdom, and lightness. The angels also show me something special. You are entering a cycle of emotional prosperity. Your heart will be rewarded for all the patience you had. You will be seen, valued, loved as you always deserved. And not because of effort, but because of who you are. Your energy is rare. Your presence is medicine, and that person knows it. They may have taken a while, but they understood. And they want to come back, not just because they miss you, but because they understood the value of what they lost. Dear soul, the angels are whispering something now in your spiritual ear. You will be surprised. Trust. Your eyes will shine. Again, your chest will be filled with peace. You will hear things you have waited for a long time, and deep down, you will realize everything had a purpose. Everything led you to this moment, and you are ready. Write in the comments, my heart is ready for the reunion with truth. I receive the love that the universe is sending me. Now, my dear soul, take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Feel the angels around you. They are happy with your surrender, with your openness, with your silent strength. Dear soul, We have reached the point where silence is no longer a choice for this person. It's a burden, a weight that she carries every day. And although she still struggles against the impulse to run to you and tell everything, her heart no longer obeys logic. The moment of change has arrived, and she knows she can no longer run away. The angels show me an intense image. She is alone, looking at something that reminds her of you. It could be a forgotten photo, an old message, or even a phrase said by someone without knowing how deep it would touch. At that moment, her heart tightens, and the first thing she thinks is, why did I let her go? The answer she already knows. But now she wants to fix it. She wants to say everything she never had the courage to. She wants to tell you she didn't forget you, that she watched you in silence, not for lack of love, but for fear of not being enough, that she missed you, but thought you didn't want to hear anymore. Dear soul, the angels show me that this conversation is being prepared spiritually. There are movements happening behind the scenes of her life. People are being removed. Commitments are being cancelled. Old plans are crumbling. All this because the universe is clearing the way for her to look for you. She's preparing to speak, and it won't be a decorated text. It will be something from the bottom of her heart, with pauses, with a choked voice, with eyes full of regret. But what will she say, dear soul? Ah, this will touch old wounds, and at the same time it will bring relief. She will tell you that she never met anyone like you, that she tried to move on, but no one was you, that she felt your absence in the silliest things, in the way you spoke, in your messages, in your scoldings full of affection, and that she realized too late that all she needed was to have stayed. She will talk about her own mistakes, she will admit that she hurt you, and she will ask, humbly, for a chance to show you who she is now, because she changed, and she changed. Because of you. Because of the lack you made, because of the echo that your presence left. And in that moment, dear soul, you will have the chance to choose, not from hurt, but from the strong and aware woman you have become. You will listen, you will feel, and you will know within yourself what to do. The angels tell me that this conversation will be liberating, even if it doesn't bring an immediate return. Even if it ends with a silent hug, it will be the closure of an old cycle and the beginning of something lighter, truer. But beware. This reunion will require you to be whole, not waiting for salvation, but offering truth, because love only blooms where there is space for vulnerability. You can choose to start over, or just thank and move on in peace, and whatever your decision, the angels support. They only ask that you listen to what will be said with an open heart. This person will come different, with less arrogance, with more sincerity, more willing, more grateful for everything that you were and still are. And if you choose to start over, let it be with new agreements, with dialogue, with mutual respect, with reciprocal commitment, because you are no longer the one who accepts emotional crumbs. Now you know what you deserve, and you will receive. Dear soul, if this message has reached you, it's because you are ready. Ready to listen, ready to forgive, ready to start if you want. But above all, ready to be truly happy. Write in the comments, I accept to hear the truth with love. I am ready for the conversation that will free my heart. And if this message touched your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Send it to 2 loved ones. They also need to believe that everything can change. Spread this energy. Be part of this chain of reconnection and truth. The angels are telling you now, you will be surprised. Maybe it will come through a message, maybe through an unexpected encounter, or even through a call in the middle of the night. But it will come. And when it comes, you will know what to do, because your intuition is strong, because your soul has already recognized this reunion before it even happens. You are not alone. Your angels are preparing everything. And this person, she's already on her way. Closer than you imagine. Dear soul, the angels reveal to me now something that perhaps you have never imagined with clarity. In the days leading up to the reunion, this person's heart is in turmoil, and it is not a storm of doubt. It is of emotion, of longing, of guilt, mixed with hope, of all that she tried to contain for a long time, but that now overflows even when she tries to hide it. Waking up and falling asleep thinking about you has become routine. Seeing your name in random places, remembering your laughter in silent moments, listening to a song and immediately thinking about how she would describe it. All of this has become part of her daily life, but not in a light way, in a deep, hurting, and real way. She didn't imagine that absence would leave such intense traces. She believed that, with time, you would become just another memory. But no, you became reference, and everything that comes after is compared to you. Nothing fills, nothing fits, because the space you occupy cannot be filled by another person, and this makes her think. Think if you still feel, if there is still a part of you that waits, if there is still time, if life allowed a second chance, now more mature, more sincere, more whole. Angels say that this person has rehearsed what they will say to you. In their head, they've already spoken 1,000 times. They've written messages and deleted them. They've almost called and gave up at the last second. They've talked to the pillow as if it were you. And in all these solitary attempts, the feeling becomes more and more true. They are afraid, yes. Afraid of being rejected, afraid of finding you cold, distant, or worse, indifferent. But there's something bigger than fear growing inside them, the need to do what's right. And doing what's right in this case is opening up, telling everything, hiding nothing, saying that they missed you like never before, that you touched parts of them that no one had touched, that your absence taught them more than any presence. Dear soul, the angels now show me a recurring scene in this person's thoughts. They imagine themselves coming to you, seeing you, their eyes meeting, the silence between you being broken by a shy smile or an involuntary tear. And soon after, a request. Can I tell you everything that's been kept? Yes, that's what's coming, and it's closer than you think. Because this person is not just wishing to see you, they are being guided to do so. Everything in their life is leading to this decision. The synchronicities, the dreams, the random conversations, even the physical discomfort, the restless body, the tight chest, the sleeplessness. The universe is saying, go, it's now, and you, dear soul, are already feeling it, because your energies are connecting again. Even without words, even without visible signs, your field is aligning. The connection that never broke now pulses stronger, and so the angels ask you to continue taking care of your energy. Feed your faith, stay open, but also stay firm in your worth. This reunion is not meant to weaken you, but to strengthen you. You may be wondering now, what if they come, but I can't trust? What if I don't know what to say? What if the pain is greater than the love? The angels answer with kindness. You don't need to know everything now. At the right moment, the words will come, the gaze will speak, the heart will guide. The reunion won't be about immediate answers, but about truth. And where there is truth, love settles in a new, renewed, free way. This person comes with real intentions. They don't want to confuse, they don't want to hurt you again, they just want to be heard. They want to show that they've learned, that they suffered from their own absence, and that now they are willing to build, step by step, something that perhaps you've never achieved before, a love with calmness, respect, and depth. You deserve this, and the angels want you to know if you choose to open this door, it won't be in vain. Because you are no longer the one who diminishes yourself. Now you know your worth, and you will only accept what is up to the level of what you offer. Write in the comments, I am ready to live a conscious, healed, and true love. And dear soul, If this message touched your heart deeply, if it made you see that something special is about to happen, the angels ask, share it with someone who is living a love in silence. Let's together illuminate hearts that still believe. It's possible to start anew with truth. Approach yourself, look at everything you've lived through until now and say, I am love. I'm healing, I'm new beginning, because you are. Dear soul, the angels show me that the moment has arrived. The conversation happens. The truth that has been trapped for so long finally finds space to come out. Their voice, trembling, perhaps doesn't know where to start. But when the eyes meet, nothing needs to be said immediately, because there is a silent recognition between you. And this recognition is stronger than time, stronger than pride, stronger even than pain. She says your name, maybe in a low tone, as if she's afraid of breaking a spell. And you, on the inside, feel everything, every memory, every word that got stuck. Every night, you wished for this exact moment without knowing if it would ever come, but it came. And she begins to speak, says she never forgot you, says she tried to move on, but everything seemed too shallow without you, says she saw you, even from afar, and thought you were even more beautiful, stronger, more yourself, says she admires you, feels proud of what you've become, even without her around. And with teary eyes she confesses, I was wrong, and there hasn't been a single day that I haven't thought about how different it would be if I had stayed. This person doesn't come with promises, doesn't say they'll make you happy every day, or that they'll never fail again. But they say they're now willing to try with honesty, to listen, to learn, to build a path that's good for both of you. And you, dear soul, listen to everything with your heart pounding, but not out of anxiety, with peace, because you no longer need to beg for explanations. Now you listen clearly. You're no longer hungry for words. You're filled with your own strength. You feel her remorse as real. Feel that this time she's whole, without masks, without shields, without strategies. And then you take a deep breath. Look into her eyes and say, now, I'm the one who chooses, and maybe you'll choose to forgive and walk new paths, or maybe you'll choose to try again with new agreements. But whatever your decision, the angels tell you it will be made with consciousness, self-love and wisdom. Because this message wasn't just about reuniting with someone, it was about reuniting with yourself. You've learned to put yourself first without stopping loving. Learn to wait for the right time without forgetting to live in the now. Learned that true love doesn't diminish you, it elevates you. And it's in this place of elevation that the new story begins. With presence, with listening, with freedom, with clear boundaries, and with mutual respect, the angels celebrate with you. They say you've gone through the hardest part, the weight, the pain, the confusion, and yet you've kept your heart clean. You've won. Now life opens its hands to give you what's rightfully yours. Love in peace, love with truth, love with reciprocity. And if this person has the courage to keep growing by your side, let it be so. But if they only come to ask for forgiveness and then leave, may you know how to recognize that just hearing the truth, you've already received your healing. Dear soul, from now on, may you not accept less than you deserve. May you not lose yourself to keep anyone close. May you know when to stay and when to let go. And if this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, I receive the truth, reconnect with love, and open space for my happiness. Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.